This is Dolly Jacobs. I'm one of the pastors at First Presbyterian Church, and I am interviewing John Redhead, one of our lifelong members. He is going to share with us today some of the ways that his family has been a part of First Presbyterian Church, and in particular, what it means to be a member of First Pres, to love being on our campus and in our sanctuary, and how he has grown spiritually. John, it's so good to see you today. Thank you for joining us, and would love to start with you telling a little bit about your family history, who you are, and how you're connected to First Pres, and some of your fond memories.
Okay, thank you, Dolly. My family's been a member of First Presbyterian for 3 generations. My dad was called here in 1945. I was 3 years old. I'm now 78. So I've been a member ever since then. I have 2 older sisters. They've been married for a long time and have been out of Greensboro for a long time. So I was a member as a child and then had 4 children. And then I've been a member as an adult. So several interesting facts to me personally. When I was a little boy, I hated going to choir practice. My mother made me go down below the sanctuary as a little boy. I also gave away 2 sisters when they were married in the sanctuary. And I remember I was a young teenager. It was such a long way to go down that aisle. Also, I remember climbing the steps up to ring the bell in the back of the sanctuary when I was a little boy. Wow, what a long way up those steps to pull that rope and ring that bell. Also, when we had pew cards, when I was 11 or 12, I wrote on one of the cards, "The music is too slow, the lights are too low, and the sermon is very boring." I remember Joe taking a great deal of delight in preaching that and telling that in one of his sermons. So, what do I enjoy most about being a member? It's so hard for me to be objective since I've been a member since a little boy. It's my place of refuge and strength. I was a deacon in the late 50s, and then I drifted, like some members, for quite a few years. God called me back in about 2005, and more so in the last 5 or 6 years. I have so many friends with like beliefs, mostly older friends. What do I love most about First Presbyterian Church, and the sanctuary in particular? It's a place to see friends of like minds. Number 2, it's a safety and place of refuge. It has been that all my life. It's a house of God. It's a holy place. It's a place of the renewal of the Holy Spirit for me. It's a haven. It's an oasis for my soul. It's also a place of rejuvenation and a guidance of learning to hear a great sermon. I've had that all my life, and I'm so grateful. Thank you so much.
Oh, John, wow, thank you so much. You know, it makes me laugh is you writing that in the pew card about the lights were too low and the sermon was too long. I think that if you ask the teenagers today, they would say the same thing, that the sermon's too long and the lights are too low.
Well, I was probably 11 or 12, something like that. So that's the way it hit me.
You sure? And I love it that the sanctuary and being at First Pres and being in the faith community has been important to you. I love it that you're an elder now. Was that, and this is asking you a question we didn't prepare, but is that something that a surprise to be asked to be an elder? What did it feel like to become an elder? Because you're leading us at such a special time.
Well, it was a surprise, and I'm so gratified to have been asked to be an elder because the church has been as much meaningful to me in the last 5 years as it's been in a long time. So I'm
Sure.
very gratified, and it's very meaningful to me, Dolly.
Well, we're so glad to have you. And we have to talk a little bit about your art because it's so beautiful and so special. Do you have a picture behind you that's part of your art display?
I do. It may be hard for you to see.
I can see it. Oh, gosh, look at that. It's gorgeous. Gosh, we need the sunshine today. Can you tell us a little bit about that art?
Yeah, we need a little sunshine. Well, thank you for asking. About 11 years ago, just it was a spiritual thing for me, really. My job
Mm,
ended. It was time for me to retire anyway. And uh, my favorite thing outside of my work was golf, and became my golf game deteriorated. So uh, about that time, and that's another story I won't go into, but art came into my life. And so that's what I spend most of my fun doing and most of my time doing. And I really enjoy it these days. I do it purely for fun. So I'm
mm.
having a lot of fun with my art, and I paint strictly with oils. And it's not a business. I do it a lot for fun. So thank you for asking.
Well, it's beautiful. And I have to tell you, had a church member who said she had seen a piece of yours in a local shop, and she went home to talk to her husband about it, wanted to purchase the piece, and by the time she got back, it's been snatched up by another customer.
I like
So
to hear
you,
that.
yeah, you may not be doing it for the profit, but your art is a way that God is ministering through you. And so I love seeing one of your artistic pieces with us today. John, thank you for your time and continue to stay safe and healthy. And I can't wait till we're in worship together again.
Me too. Thank you so much, Dolly. Great to be with you.
Thank you, John. I'm going to sign off now.
Okay, doke. Bye bye.
Okay, bye.